if you're in business at any level, you're a business owner, we've talked a lot about AI. There's a lot of talking about AI, which is great because it can be used really effectively. You can do a lot of great things. The one thing that's most likely for most businesses not going away are the people inside your business. And we've had this conversation many times. We believe that the people in your business can be one of your greatest assets. It can also be a very, very large stumbling block for a lot of business owners, specifically if you don't know how to attract the right people, how to coach them, how to grow them. And if you keep repeating a lot of these things that you've been doing, you're probably going to end up with the same, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Frustrations around people. So today we can talk about people, all things people. This is going to be the people podcast today.
The restoration of humanity podcast. Well, there's this like looming fear where a lot of people are constantly worried about like what's going to happen with my life. And I'm hoping let's talk about that in today's podcast. So with that, we're back with another episode of BizMeds. We're your hosts and neuroscience business coaches. My name is Saad.
My name is Darris, and we are here to give you the minimum effective dose. And we'll say is no easy feat growing and scaling $30 million in under 18 months. And a lot of that is still based in people. And how do you get people on board? How do you use that? So this is from our playbook. We've dealt with this. We've had to deal with people. We deal with people all the time. So today is all about people.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like this looming fear of people feeling that they're going to get replaced by automation and they won't have anything to do. And there's two thoughts to that. Like one, the people to people aspect of businesses, I don't think it'll ever go away. And the reason why is because it gives us purpose. And if we take away purpose, there's literally nothing else for us to do. And I don't think AI can have that human purpose to it. So I've said this time and time out again, I don't think it is going to be able to replace the human aspect of it. Because when I'm talking to you, I can see the person and I can see the emotions. When I'm talking to AI, it's just regurgitating and it's just giving me what is out there on the internet. It is not able to think. It is not able to attach emotions. And that's what humans need and would be lacking from like the clankers.
Okay, well, fully loaded right out of the gate. Yeah, I think. Let's be real. Like, is AI and automation replacing work? Absolutely, it is. Right? Is it replacing a lot of low value, repetitive work that we were probably never made to do in the first place? Probably. Yeah. Right? That doesn't need to be That doesn't need to happen. Like, sorry, we're not going to pay you 6 figures a year to copy and paste out of Excel sheet into another Excel sheet to go do a thing. Like that to me is the definition of stupidity and insanity. Like you're going to pay someone that much money to simply copy and paste stuff in Excel.
Yeah.
Like there's no high value work in that. Like it's the more important part of that is, okay, well, what is this telling me? Why are we doing this? Like, does this need to be done?
Yeah. Well, there will be, I believe there will be different jobs, right?
Yeah,
it's the same thing as like, we still have horse breeders, but nobody's breeding horses for them to like carry your buggy anymore. When the car came out, the horse breeder was like, well, shit, like where are my horses going to go? Yeah, there's a different purpose.
I became a mechanic.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly,
oh, God. Yeah. And now I'm going to learn how to fix and make cars.
Exactly, yeah.
So, and then auto body technicians and painting and all these other, rubber, make tires and all these other things were created from this industry that supposedly was going to replace all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think that when you have this, I think it really depends on how you look at it to be fair, right? If you operate from a scarcity mindset, you will always see things that are coming new as a threat, and you will not see the opportunity in them because you're very closed off to that. Yeah. But if you look at things from, okay, well, in this, how can I see the opportunity? Like you're just reframed to start seeing it as, okay, so what does that mean? It means that we're getting probably a lot more efficient of things that we don't need to be doing, but what does that now allow us to do?
Yeah.
And of course there's going to be a skill set shift in that, right? You don't come into the world knowing, you don't come into the world knowing anything other than maybe how to cry, sleep, poop, eat, right?
Breathe.
Yeah. Right. That's it. You're not taught how to use AI. You're not you don't come in and learn knowing how to use AI, how to ride a bike, all those things.
Yeah.
You acquire those sets of skills. So I think it's new in that we're just being, for us as a generation, just being, this is our internet and telephone invention.
Yeah.
Right. Where the world is changing, just like previous generations where you went literally from a horse and buggy to a car to phones, radio, internet, like the whole world just changed in a very short period of time. I think we're experiencing the same thing just from a different starting point. And so it feels like, oh my God, like it's a world of unknown.
Yeah.
And in all of that, so we have the human reaction to all that. And we kind of went off on a tangent there, but I think it's, in all of that, we still have we are here as humans and here as people, and that interaction, I think, doesn't ever stop. We'll still continue to have a lot of businesses that operate with people in them because, automation can't replace everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think this topic is one that is so large. I mean, it's hard to
you find the right
where it is, because there's so many things, because it is probably the reason, I will say this, it is the single biggest reason that when I went from managing large and leading huge operations to kind of more doing the coaching thing, I would say I was probably more burnt out and tired of dealing with fucking people all the time, and more people will probably get mad at me saying this, but it's adult babies. You're babysitting adults, and it's so draining. It's so tiring because people come at all different levels, right? They're all different places in their lives, but it's fucking exhausting. Babysitting adults, it's more exhausting than babysitting kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you're expecting an adult to at least know the common sense and the basic things. And when they don't, it's just oh, well, shit. I gotta teach this adult how to act and what to do in this situation. So it is. Yeah, I agree with you. It's frustrating.
How to regulate your emotions a little bit.
Yeah. Not
to lose your mind over something that's why are you allowing people why are you allowing this to cause you so much headache and grief when you're if you had control over your emotions, you can choose to understand that. It's a very difficult thing, right? And then we have all these people are now in your business, whether you've inherited them or you've hired them, doesn't really matter. They're there and they're causing these issues. And it's how do you work through that?
Yeah.
So where do we want to go with this? I feel like we're at a crossroads.
Well, I was going to use an example of the thing I'm noticing. So I work obviously with, both of us do similar, supporting clients with automation and helping them understand how you can do more with less. And it's not more with less people, it's more with less effort. How you leverage the right areas. So the one thing that I cannot and have not been able to automate is the people-to-people aspect. So whenever I'm meeting new people, I cannot have ChatGPT or Claude go meet this person.
Yes.
Right. So that's kind of where I started off at the beginning. I find that the human-to-human interaction is there's a reason why it's human to human. You can't have human to AI. I mean, we can, but it's just not the same. You cannot close a deal with AI. You have to close a deal with a human. So the representatives of the business, I don't think that can ever replace through automation. I mean, you can automate a lot of the research required to have a conversation with a person, but you still have to do the 20% of the walk. And
I think it goes back to the framework that we talked about, right? So you have your data problems, you have your judgment calls, and then you have relationships and trust. Like there's 3 buckets, and automation and AI really work well in like kind of like the data problem area, right?
Yeah.
It's structured, way more structured, and things can be automated because like it's the one decision I just leverage forever, right? Okay, this always does this. This always does but when you, as I hear you talk about it, it's like, yeah, like we're now thoroughly into the areas where you like decisions have to be made and things have to be prioritized and those things that, you know, are well above the decision level of some sort of automation, right? There's the prioritization and all these other factors that have to be weighed into making that decision is where, you know, we see most of the people being engaged with.
Yeah. Yeah. And the last thing I was going to say with my comment was like the relationship, like you cannot replace that relationship aspect of the business.
Right.
So,
although let's be real, there are reports of people having relationships with their AIs.
Yes.
And that is just,
yeah. Well,
I would say it's stupid.
You know,
it's stupid.
So in our first AI conversation, we were talking about how it is designed to make you feel good about everything you say.
Yeah. Yeah. That affirmation bias.
So most people don't get that in the day-to-day life. So when they get that from AI, they're just feeling good about the conversation. Yeah. Even the funny thing is like these people know that it is it's not real. It's not sentient. Like it's a robot. It's a clanker, right? So, but
how many times can we say clanker?
But the thing is, like, they don't care because it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where the idea of like the doom and gloom and the fear of like society being so introverted and not having a purpose because like AI is just going to fulfill all of that for you. But yeah, it's just, I don't think it will, at least from where I sit. It feels like there are areas of automation. There are areas of, you know, I don't know where I'm going with this one, but like it's you can have it do
repetitive tasks.
That's what, yeah.
Right? Like and theoretically what you're trying to do is support people with it. But at the end of the day, most of the decisions and the things require people to make those.
Yeah.
And so we're not getting away from it. Like there will always be a human element. And I think that's kind of the gist of what we're trying to get at.
Yeah.
And it's okay, cool. We know we have this kind of like really difficult topic of people because it's so far wide ranging. I mean, like even us trying to like really narrow it down. It's like, hey, well, where do we want to go? But it's like, okay, hiring people. We've talked about hiring people before, and it's okay. Like, what is it? Like, do you have like I thoroughly reject the idea that there's no good people out there. Yeah. You're fishing in the wrong place. Yeah. Like you're like first and foremost, your issue is not the people. It's like, hey, you're fishing in a fucking mud puddle.
Yeah.
And expecting to find, you know, the prize fish.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the wrong place, using the wrong bait, using the wrong tools.
Yeah.
So if you want that type of person, like you have to go where they are.
Yeah.
And that kind of performer that you're probably looking for is probably already employed.
Mm-hmm.
They are fucking probably well liked and well respected.
Yeah.
And you're probably not a leader that is even adequate to support them and deserving to have them of your team, but you like to think you are because I'm going to pay this much money. Well, that is one part of a very complex relationship. Like money only motivates you so far.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's all like, once you get to a certain point, money it's less about the money. It's sure never a bad thing. Right. Because like money is an enabler, allows you to do things and achieve things and that you normally wouldn't be able to, and provides access. There's other things that are beyond that. So it's the autonomy. Like how much autonomy do I have in this to to make important decisions and act and feel respected and all those other things, right? Those non-tangibles. So but if you're a leader that doesn't have any of the skills to support someone like that, you will never attract someone like that. They will see through you, which goes back to that whole, like, I'm going to back up again. Like, you are the problem. You're also the solution.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it all starts. Like, this is where, like, the most important person to focus on is you and your business, because, like, you're the biggest bottleneck to all of these things.
Yeah.
Right. And that's I think it's a very hard thing to wrap your head around. Most of us don't want to come up face to face with that mirror, because that has a lot of, like, nasty implications to that.
Yeah.
But it's the reality, right? We're our own fucking worst enemies in all of this. Like, we're the biggest limiting factor in our businesses, is because, like, we can't lead anyone past where we are prepared and have gone. So you can have core values. Like, that's another thing we talk about. The importance of having core values. Like, this is the level of game that we aspire and we aim and try to play at all the time. Yeah. We know we're not going to be 100%, but, like, we will continue to try to achieve that, because we want to be better. We want to show up the best, because that's what's going to help attract people as well. Yeah. It's those standards. Like, you got to have standards. And then I think I'm going on a rant.
No, I think that was, so I want to quickly touch on, like, the fishing thing that you were talking about, because that's a message that a lot of people might completely, like, skip over. It's like, it is absolutely about the right bait, right? If you're using worm to catch a shark's not even going to consider it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
attractive.
It's not attractive enough. It's not meaty enough. So obviously you're going to start getting the smaller fish
think they're sharks.
And they're willing to take that worm. And then when they come into your business and you hire them on, and you're wondering, like, well, you know what, you said you were a shark on your resume. Why aren't you a shark? But you used the wrong bait to catch the wrong, fish. So anyway.
Oh, I thank you for pointing that out. I think I just glossed right over that, because for me, it's like,
no, it was a really good example. But the thing is, like, I think you and I knew exactly where that was going. It's the viewers that need that a little bit extra context about, like, why the human-to-human aspect is important. Yeah. And again, we are also very flawed by nature. We have pride, we have ego that's constantly backing it, backing all of our decisions. So until, like you said, you don't look in the mirror and realize that it's you that is the constraint and you that is the solution, you will always run into the same problem, regardless of how much AI you have involved.
Yeah. And I think you always view the world that there's no good people out there. Like, you'll have this very fixed mindset. Yeah. That, well, it's different in our industry. I'm like, your fucking industry is no different than anyone else's.
It's the same.
Like, it's the same problems. It's the same issues, and it's people, and that mindset around it. It's like, your industry is no different. Like, when you have a lack of standards, of course, it seems like everyone's dog shit, right? 100%, it will feel like everyone's terrible when you have no standard to attract them to, and you just let everything go. Yeah. You have no responsibility, no accountability, no follow through. Of course, everyone, and it's really just, you're basically throwing crap at the wall to see what sticks. And it's a volume game. And if you don't have any really high standards and expectations, like, the ones that are attracted to that will never come, because, like, it's for them, it's all the same.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Right? They're already in a place where they have all those things and they're thriving. So why would I give that up to go to a place that doesn't have any of those? Right? That's the thing. It's like that whole mindset around, like, if I'm trying to attract great people, those great people are already in places that they're probably usually on a really good track already. Right? They're valued. People that work with them know that these are, like, really high performers, and they want to keep them around. Yeah. Right. Like, that's the nature of it. So it's like, it's the equivalent of, hey, I want to take you from your nice, pristine blue aqua water that you can see for miles, and come in my scum-filled pond.
Yeah, but we can clean it together.
Yeah, because we're a family. We're a family here. Run.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I make joke, but I'm like, I get it. Like I don't have any issue. I mean, I make fun of the idea like, oh, we're family as a business, but it's like, you're not family, right? Of course you want to have really high performing relationships, but most families don't operate from that operating system,
No.
right? Where you can have sincere candor, or you can actually have conversations that matter to each other in a high stakes environment, high emotion environment, high, all those, but also have them where you can have all that type of conversation, but no one loses their cool. You have extreme respect for each other. You know that the person that's having a conversation with you cares a lot about you and your well-being and not coming to attack you.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of context is like, that's not like, you tell me a family that operates at that level, right? Like there's those very few and far between. Because people like that operate very few and far between.
100%. Yeah.
And so, you know, I would say, like, as we recap some of the things we've talked about in this episode, it's, you know, people, like the people aspect is never going anywhere.
No.
The biggest frustration in the business is I think trying to find good people or great people, but you have nothing to define what that is.
Yeah.
You have no measuring stick to define what are great people. Well, I know them when, like, well, if you're not a great person, if you don't try to operate at a certain level, and this is the thing I'm convicted about all the time, right? It's like, I want to aspire to this, but I'm a human being, and I will try to continue to do that, but I'm going to continue to mess up along the way.
Yeah.
But I try not to.
Exactly.
You know, and one of those ways is really, you start off with a clear indication of your core values. Like that's how you leverage core values. It's why they're important, to give you the framework of, this is the level of game that which we play here and we hold ourselves accountable to.
Yeah. And then I want to add one more thing, like along with the core values, like it just kind of made me think about this book called 5 Dysfunctions of a Team.
Yeah.
Anybody that hasn't read it, like, read it. It is in the 5 dysfunctions. You can also identify like areas where you believe that AI can help you. And then there's parts that you will, when you're reading through it, you'll realize that, like AI will not be able to do this. Like, this is a human aspect.
Yeah.
So layering that with the core values of your business, you can actually really figure out like what is going to drive your business forward. And again, big way of summarizing like that, you know, AI is going to be able to help you in certain areas, but that human aspect, that will continue growing, evolving, and there's going to be areas where, you know, you will need to make some hard judgmental decisions that AI just won't, unfortunately, be able to do that with perspective, with emotion, and with clear emotional.
I think authenticity.
Authenticity. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's, as we dive a lot into this one, it just reminds me of how large a topic this is, just how amazingly connected it is to so many different things. And I think I would boil it down to like, what's your personal operating system? You know, what is your North Star? Like, where do you base those things on? Like that. And then what are you out there trying to do? Right? Like, we can be frustrated if we don't have great people, what we consider not great people in the organization, but like, what have we done to attract them? What have we done to help them get out of their own ways and grow as people? Like, that's, I think, is a huge responsibility as leaders and business owners. Is it's not only lead yourself, but then lead yourself so you can help other people become their better versions and help them, right? And we elevate society as a whole when we do that. And we can meet people with a little more empathy and things like that. Like, when AI doesn't have empathy, it reminds me of a service support call I had with a certain provider of home services. Just leave it at that. And I was basically trying to explain my frustration. And the person kept saying, "Oh, I understand." And I said, "I need you to stop saying you understand, because it's very clear from the conversation, you do not understand what I'm even frustrated about. And you just keep saying, I understand that. And then you're talking at me. So you don't understand." Like, and I feel like I'm talking to a robot, You're just following the script of, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like, there's no intention behind that. There's no authenticity behind that lets me know. So I'm like, we're going to stop this conversation now because my frustration level is just growing, and it's growing more because you have zero clue as to why I'm frustrated. And so this is going nowhere, nor are you even addressing that fact.
Reminds me of a skit or a movie or something that I saw where they bring in a salesperson or like a customer salesperson, and I just give them like, if they say this, read this.
This is exactly it, right? It's like, I just got to follow this script. I just have to say, I understand. And then now I'm like, you've missed the whole point. You've missed the point of that.
Exactly.
If you're listening, terrible job. Okay. So what do we want to send off everybody with?
I think that was your point there, was the perfect summary of the minimum effective dose of this episode. Where skipping my mind now. It's just like there's so much to talk about in this podcast and in this topic specifically that we can continue going down several areas, but the underlying thing is that, like, as humans, we'll always continue being needed. There won't be a time, at least from working in AI and working with data and automation every single day, I don't see a world where we are not required.
Yeah.
So
I think that actually reminds me, was like, I think what people do is they abdicate their finding their sense of purpose, and they let the world, like, they're at the effect. They live at the effect of the world, not at the cause of it. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is they allow everything is interpreted as everything happens to them. Mm-hmm. And they affect no change. They affect nothing in the world. Yeah. I think that's a fundamental difference between, like, different ways that people interpret what is going on and how they respond. Right. So yes, you can look at it and say, well, AI is coming for your job. Well, for some of you, probably it is, because it's probably not that useful of a task, but you've never elevated yourself beyond that. And that's not on me. Yeah. Right. Like, that's everyone's personal journey. Do I always hope that someone will aspire to do more and be more and, enrich society as a whole? Absolutely. I think that's the highest calling you can have, is we all grow together, right? We don't have to agree on everything, but, like, we can treat each other with love and respect and empathy and appreciation. I think when we lose sight of each other as humans and deserving to live a life of a rewarding experience, I mean, that's where things go sideways, right? Like, I look around the world and I see, it's heartbreaking to see how people lose the human side of someone, right? Over whether it's political views or religious views or whatever it is, right? Like, we just lose the humanity of another person. I think that's the biggest crime and shame in all of this. And I don't even know if that's even related, but I think it's just like, if you're out there and you're trying to do good things and you're trying to be an authentically good person, like, you obviously want that, but you have to do it for yourself first and foremost, right? Like, you can't do that for other people unless you are on that path yourself. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to attract better people, then you yourself have to be on that path of being a better human being and being open to, like, okay, well, this is where reality is going to slap me in the face and give me the mirror to shine up on my own life for all those things that have just not been great. Mm-hmm. And be ready to suffer the consequences of that, right? That's probably the biggest fear any of us might have, is that, like, we have to come face to face with that stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's a very sobering feeling. Yeah. So with that,
got pretty deep there.
we want to thank everyone for joining us for this episode of Business Eds. We're your neuroscience business coaches. My name is Darris.
And I'm Saad.
And hopefully we gave you some sort of minimum effective dose today and wade through the big topic that is people. And so with that, My mom, love you. Thank you so much. Saad's mom, love you. Thank you so much for always supporting us. And everyone who's tuned in and been with us just now or along the whole journey, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Sign up for the masterclass below. Reclaim your life, reclaim your time, reclaim your freedom, reclaim your, some sense of what you have in the world so you can go out there and connect authentically with it. And with that, remember, you're just one day away from the life you've always dreamed about. We're going to see you in the next episode.